Hey yo, what it do, baby? It's your boy Dynamic, and what I want to talk about is how the internet just got dealt a huge blow yesterday. Man. So basically, if you guys don't know, what happened is Verizon was suing the FCC, and the FCC stands for the Federal Communications Commission here in the U.S., and basically they sued them over this thing called net neutrality, and what that stands for is basically a free and open internet. A free and open internet basically means that when you go into a website, you don't have to pay your internet service provider any fee for going into that website, and your internet service provider is not allowed to slow down speeds in order to make it harder for you to go into a website that's basically a competitor from one of their partners or direct website. So basically what this means is, since this protection for the customers, the internet users, existed and now it doesn't exist, what ISP providers, like for instance Verizon, what they can do is, let's say they're partnered with another video sharing website, like instead of YouTube, let's say they're partnered with Vimeo, right? So it's possible under this new, it's not a law, they took down a law to protect the customers, but it's possible that under this new state of the internet, Verizon can partner up with a company such as Vimeo or something like that, and they can either slow down YouTube's refresh rate or upload speed into your computer, the bandwidth that goes from their website to your computer. They can slow it down so that it makes it so bad to use that you decide to go with their version of what YouTube is. Or what they can do is just charge you all together and tell you you have to pay $2.99 a month or whatever they decide for you to use YouTube. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen to YouTube, but what I'm saying is it gives internet service providers this option of basically controlling and regulating the internet in whatever way they want to, and blocking websites which they deem illegal, and that's not up to them to decide. To me, the government decides whether a website is legal or not. It's not up to the internet service providers to decide that. But under this new ruling, internet service providers are going to be able to block websites which they deem illegal. And let me tell you the name of the company that actually filed this lawsuit against the FCC. That company is none other than Verizon. And let me tell you what this company said in a statement that they released on their website. This is exactly what they said. Quote, "One thing is for sure, today's decision will not change consumers' ability to access and use the internet as they do now. The court's decision will allow more room for innovation, and consumers will have more choices to determine for themselves how they access and experience the internet. Verizon has been and remains committed to the open internet, which provides consumers with competitive choices and unblocked access to lawful websites and content when, where, and how they want. This will not change in light of the court's decision. We look forward to working with the FCC and Congress to keep the internet a hub of innovation without the need for unnecessary new regulations that seek to manage the explosive dynamism of the internet." And you know what this sounds to me? This sounds like a load of freaking crap. Because if they actually wanted to keep the internet open and free, they would have never filed the lawsuit versus the FCC, right? That's like there's a whole bunch of soda in the refrigerator, and I tell my wife, "No, baby, I'm not gonna drink no soda," and then I open the door of the refrigerator and all there is in there is soda. I'm just bullshitting my ass. All right, that might have been a bad analogy. Well, you know what I mean. Like, it just makes no sense. If you're really devoted to a free and open internet, then why go against the ruling from the FCC? Why file a lawsuit? It just makes no sense. It just sounds like straight up baloney from them. I don't know what they're going to do exactly with this, but I'm guaranteeing you that they've had something planned for a while now in case they won this lawsuit, and they have. And what happens is, this doesn't just affect Verizon. Verizon was the one filing the lawsuit, so of course they're the ones getting the press, but this affects every other internet service provider. It affects Comcast, Time Warner, a whole bunch of other internet service providers. Everyone is now open to restrict the internet in whatever way they want. And if they pull some funny business, Verizon is probably going to lose my business. Obviously, I'm not going to stand for a company that does these things if they actually decide to implement what I think that they're trying to do. If they don't, then it'll be okay, I guess. But slowly, this is what happens. When things happen slowly over a course of 10 years, you begin to accept little by little the new changes that happen, even though they go against you. So as soon as I see one little thing that Verizon does that is limiting my internet in some sort of way, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch providers. And if all providers decide eventually to do that, I don't think Google is going to allow something like that to go on. So maybe Google Fiber comes over here to where I live or something like that. But we should all be concerned because we all use the internet. We can't just let this remain the way it is. If you guys want to, you could write your congressmen, your senators, and stuff like that so they could do something about this, because the internet needs to be free. It needs to be fair for everyone. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. I hope I was able to give you guys a simple picture of what is going on right now. Anyways, thank you for listening, guys. If you have something to say, then write it in the comment section. If you like this video, then like it. If you are not a subscriber, then subscribe. So anyways, guys, I'm out. Peace out, players. Oh my god.